What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond the Blacktop podcast. This is your host, Hutch, and with me, as always, is Brian and Cody.
Swish.
And on this week's agenda, we got three things. We got baseball, a little bit of baseball I want to talk about, NBA basketball, and college basketball. So it's been a lot of basketball going on these last few weeks. But
I love it.
What I wanted to bring up about baseball, the season started last week, or this past week, and in the very first game, the Yankees hit 9 home runs, right? Hit 9 home runs. And everybody was like, yo, what the hell? How is this happening? They're not like that. But then people watching the game or at the game noticed that the players had weird bats. And when they took a picture of it, it was like, a bat, and usually it's skinny and gets bigger and bigger, and it's fat at the top. Well, they did a study in the off season because their shortstop, second baseman Anthony Volpe was always getting jammed on the inside. They was pitching to him on the inside, and he was always hitting it far, but it was always foul. So they were like, what can we do to help this man hit more home runs? And so they realized that when he was hitting it, like the ball's on the inside, he was hitting it closer to the label of the bat, which is towards the skinnier part. So they was like, we're going to put a majority of the wood in the closer to the middle of the bat. So instead of it being at the end of the bat, like a regular one, they put a majority of the wood in the middle of the bat. And so it looks like a torpedo. So they've been calling it the torpedo bat. And so I wish I could find a picture of it. But it looks so weird.
And it's not illegal.
It's the same length as a regulation bat, and it's the maximum weight a regulation bat could be. And it doesn't go against any of the rules that the MLB has for bats.
I typed in torpedo and it instantly popped up on my phone.
It looks so crazy, bro. It looks so weird. It's like, I don't even know.
It does look weird. Is this legal?
It is, bro.
I mean,
skinny at the end and fat in the middle.
It's definitely weird.
It looks shorter too, but it's not, obviously.
Well, it could be,
but yeah,
shorter if they wanted to be shorter.
They said the mass is more isolated to the sweet spot in the middle of it.
Yeah,
instead of it being distributed evenly.
So wait, he said that.
What?
It's perfect.
You said they have. Oh, you said they had 9 home runs. Is everyone using it, or is it just him? I'm confused.
So it's
everybody.
So Jazz Chisholm and Anthony Volpe, and I think maybe a couple other guys are using them. Aaron Judge isn't using it, supposedly.
Doesn't have to.
He was like, I don't need to. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, so that's really. Everybody was like, "Yo,
crazy!
Why is this allowed?"
9 is crazy as hell.
Yeah, 9 is insanity.
Yeah, they hit like 3 in the first inning. It was crazy.
The first?
Yes, dude, it was crazy.
I would have instantly. Come here, everybody, come here.
Do you think that's something where eventually it will
get banned?
They'll make a rule on that? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
They either gotta make a universal or ban it, bro.
Well, see, that's the thing. It is. Anybody can use it. They asked the MLB.
Implement it. Like, everybody got to start using them, or they're going to try to find a way to ban it.
Well, the Cincinnati Reds have already ordered them some torpedo bats. And it's only been like 8 games. So.
Jeez. Everybody's hopping on that bandwagon.
Should they ban it? Is it cheating? I don't think it is.
I don't think it's cheating. I think it's genius. Because it's going to change the. Yeah. Well, listen, bro. I think we'll have to change the way pitchers start pitching, though, because.
Mm-hmm.
The way they said that bat is made to hit that sweet spot gonna be a sweet spot forever. So,
because now those batters who always getting struck out like with a pitch on the inside can now hit that thing out the park
and actually get it out the park.
Yeah,
it won't just be floating in the air no more.
Right, or
it's gonna
you had said at the beginning, the foul ball. It's like
it's gonna catch that. Catch that wind up under it and goodbye.
Because like it doesn't break the rules because technically you could use a lighter bat if you wanted. I'm pretty sure, or a different height, like a bat that's not as long. I'm not too sure, or there's different measurements. I'm pretty sure that a player can use on their bat within the rules. So if it ain't, if it don't break the rules, I just think it's crazy that no one has ever thought of this idea before. And
so now
baseball been around for like 150 years, and
a nice amount of time.
No one was like, "Yo, what if we just made it fatter on the middle?"
What if we just shifted this down this way?
But
kept the same
like
opening.
Though it does look weird, it's still like if it hits the top part, it still has a chance.
It does.
And that's
honestly,
that's
I would rather. Me personally, I would probably rather have her like a torpedo bat.
So with torpedo bat though, hitting that top part, would that just be like basically it was hitting the bottom now? Would there be more of that foul ball that you catch?
It could be. Usually when you're swinging and you hit closer to the middle of the bat usually breaks, or you can hit it, but you don't got a lot of power on it. You could probably still get it into short left or short right. So it's probably going to be a lot of that if you hit it on the end.
Now.
Which I feel like is more beneficial than hitting it at the bottom on a regular bat and it goes out.
That's
right.
Because at least it probably won't break if you hit it at the end in regards to the middle. But like, do you think that this is possible to have like in other sports people could think like this?
Yes. Possible? I mean, that makes me think of what
think about.
Like you got to think like in hockey, you could try and make the end of the stick thicker or some shit, or or like what Dwight Howard was trying to push shit on the ball in basketball when he was shooting his free throws. Y'all don't remember that scandal?
Nah.
Because he sucked at free throws, so he was trying to push shit on the ball to like I guess help him grip it or shoot it. And players who have gotten it off the rebounds, like, hey, bro, what you put on the ball?
Hey, what is this?
What the heck?
It was a whole like storyline when he was playing. I think it was on like the Rockets or something.
That's hilarious. He's putting that D-Wade, stick him.
Like you said, James, baseball has been around for 150 years. And they just now figure that out. There's only a matter of time before, like, you can think outside the box for any sport, really. You were talking about hockey. I mean, any sport and be like, this could possibly help. And there's no rule on it, so why not?
No rule at all.
I agree.
Like golf. What if you could make the freaking club some kind of way to where, like,
yeah, but they got like 15
straight.
different clubs.
I don't know.
Man, it's so many different clubs, bro.
Yeah, but
so many irons.
Like, that's what I'm saying, where we can go into a depth of like, yeah, bro, you can think of like a lot of things.
Something's going to change. Because I'm pretty sure when the golf first started, it probably was only one.
It was probably like 3 clubs.
Club.
A driver, one wedge, and then a putter, and that's it.
And now you got unlimited.
14. You can have 14.
Driver long, driver short, all type of stuff.
Different irons with different.
I'm just talking, bro. Do not quote me here.
You got different irons with different angles, bro. You know how.
There we go. Now James is talking that language.
All right, he's talking real golf, and I know because I know a little bit about it.
It all depends on your positioning on the course, man.
Wedges and
and your distance.
Gaps and
what would y'all like to see this at? Like, I want to know what football could do or basketball, where it's like we're gonna do this.
Maybe something with the gloves, cleats, shoulder pads, helmet.
That would be
something wild.
Make it lighter, but
put springs in the shoes,
bro. Yeah, I think once you get into this realm, now that people see baseball doing something outside of the box, quote unquote, maybe that'll inspire some other people to try some other stuff.
I don't know what you can do in basketball, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bring the sport back.
Put chains on the nets, or put chains on the rims instead of nets.
Hey, that bring it back to the streets, baby.
That would be insane.
That would be so tough.
But do you know how good a shot sounds going in the chain net, bro?
The NBA one.
It's just a different sound, bro. It just sounds. It sounds like it's money.
The NBA
like,
I understand
the swish is beautiful. Like that's a nice sound, but that legit sound like money is raining when he hit the chain.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA ain't going for it.
Hell no, they'll be like, this is a hazard.
I could see that though. At the same time, being a dunker,
just like how they were like,
oh, of course.
When you remember the ninja headbands, and they were like, yeah, y'all got to get rid of that because this is a hazard. I was like, bro, what? How is that a hazard?
Yeah, that's ass. Some things it's just like, bro, come on. That's like somebody having long hair and you're saying that's a hazard.
I agree with you.
Hey, all I gotta say is, bro, I need the old NBA back. I'm tired of everybody just shucking 3-pointers.
You know what? Speaking of that, going into our NBA topic, a lot of people been getting hurt. I don't know what it is. Like over the past like 10, 15 years, like so many players get hurt, and it feels like it's like getting worse and worse. Like I know I wasn't alive, but it feels like in the 90s and 80s and 2000s too, it felt like nobody was getting hurt this bad or this much or frequently. And they was playing 82 games and whatnot. So what do y'all think this is? Y'all think that athletes are just getting like, you know, their bodies are too powerful for their own good, or is this just like bad training?
No, yes. You want me to be completely real with you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it's bad training. I think it sucks to say because I'm an athlete in this climate. So when I say this, take it with a grain of salt. But I feel like there's kind of like a softness where like somebody will tweak their ankle. Back in the day, somebody would tweak their ankle and be like, F it, I'm still playing on this mug. Well, now they'll tweak their ankle nowhere near as bad and be like, nah, I'm out for 2 weeks. So I just feel like it sucks to say because I'm an athlete in this climate and I see it all the time, bro. But it's like, bruh, there's a difference between hurt and injured.
Mm-hmm.
You could play hurt and people don't play hurt anymore. They either 100% for the most part. Don't get me wrong. You still have your dogs out there, but for the most part, I feel like people don't play hurt no more, bro.
That's fair.
Injured is like torn ACL. Hurt is like, dang, my knee. We just banged knees. This is gonna be sore for a couple of days, but I'm still gonna play the next game.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't think it's like, well, I agree with you, but like you don't think like, so for example, in the NBA and in the NFL, the training camps used to be much longer. And
it used to be harder, bro.
The preseason also used to be much longer. Now they're trying to put it to 2 games. Now it's 3. It used to be 4. So you don't think like that contributes? Like when the season starts, usually, or back in the day, they used to be ready first game. They're in shape. Nobody's huffing and puffing up and down the court. But now, since training camp is only like 2 weeks, preseason is only like 5 games or 3 games in the NFL. And their bodies aren't ready for the regular when it's time to go. You don't think that has anything to do with it?
Nah, I feel like more than anything, that's just like kind of an excuse. Cause like, bruh, when season starts, you should be ready to play no matter what. Yes, it does take time for you to get that real deal game simulation wind, but that shouldn't take very long. That should be like a game, maybe 2. But the way it's set up right now is like, bruh, we have it so much better than they did back in the day. But they would have 2-a-days, full speed practices with all the things in between. Now we have one practice, film. That's our 2-a-days now. We don't like back in the day, bro. They had to be out in the sun without all of this resources that we have now. Like technology is so good at taking care of us that like I don't know, bro. I'm sticking to what I had said earlier. I just feel like it's so much softer now. People don't play hurt no more. It's like I got a stinger in my shoulder. Oh, it still kind of hurts throughout the week. I'm not gonna play. Like
that's fair.
Nah, bro. I'm trying to play at all costs because that's what I'm here for, to play the game.
What do you think, Cody?
I think it's a mixture of both, bro. to piggyback on what you just was saying, and I watched this when King and Martin was talking about it. He was basically saying those 2-a-days, a lot of these oblique strains and a lot of these strains they be getting don't even be tears, nothing like that. It be strains they be having. It comes from them not going 100%. So now you get into game time speed, and you try to move, and you ain't move like none doing training camp. You ain't move like this, none doing preseason. So now I've been at practice basically going 55, 60% at DB all season, preseason. Now Breon get in front of me. He's gonna go 100 every rep. Now I'm backpedaling. I done planned to try to go with him. Now I got a hamstring strain. Now I'm out for 2 weeks because I ain't been really practicing for this. And basketball, you got somebody that's trying to, like Kyrie in front of you, trying to cook you every play. And now he done contorted his body to go this way. You trying to twist with him. Now you got an oblique strain because your body not used to moving like that right now. Okay. Even though they used to put themselves through a lot, they be prepared for when the game time came because they'd been through that already.
I kind of agree with you to an extent.
Because, yeah, I think it's both.
There's no such thing as game time ready until it's game time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely like I don't disagree with that at all. But at the end of the day, we have so much available now that though you can't simulate the game because the game is what it is, you could get pretty damn close.
Definitely.
You could get pretty damn close. I've been in these camps. I've been in these leagues where it's like, bruh, it's the 2-minute drill and it feels like game time. Like we got to go win. So like you could get pretty damn close to game time reps. So I don't know, man. I guess I can see your point from there, but at the same time, it's just like, nah, bro.
I was about to ask you that too.
So much easier, dog.
I was about to ask you with that, with being in those situations, do you see sometimes your bigger star players not doing it like you saying, of course? I mean, everybody gonna do different. Of course, somebody trying to get a spot gonna work a little harder than somebody who already got his spot guaranteed.
Yeah, so that's what you just remind me of. When it comes to practice and you see them pros practicing, they call it quote unquote practicing like a pro, where they don't go as hard, where they don't do things that like in practice we would go balls to the wall all the time. Like in high school and in college, we're competing all the time. In the league, bro, it's practice like a pro. So like, I real deal don't think people go hard in practice. Not in the NFL. There's those diamond dozens. Don't get me wrong, but
of course, always.
If you ever heard of that saying, "Practice like a pro," I think it messes up what they look forward to when it comes to game time, because now they're missing that aspect of going full speed for long periods of time where you're not practicing like a pro. You have to play like a pro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I see plenty of times of people just taking it easy, letting up on a play because somebody's 20 yards away. I'm not going to chase him. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going hard because it's preparing you. Because not all, like let's use freaking Aaron Rodgers, for example. He goes to practice and just throws, I got my spot anyways. Yeah, a lot while there's another quarterback giving it his all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. He ready.
So it's like, yeah. So it sucks because like that's where the slippery slope comes in, where I ain't gonna lie, there's some entitlement in these, at least from my experience, there's been entitlement in these situations where people just think, oh, I'm already making the team, I'm not gonna go as hard as I should. And then we have those incidents where you're hurt all season. Why? Because I feel like you didn't give it your all in practice.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, like, switching to the NBA, of course. If you look at majority of the players who've been hurt this season, they're all like the big stars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like they were doing stuff in the offseason. They're trying to do stuff in the offseason because the Olympics was around. But other than that, these the same players. You really don't seem to do nothing in the offseason. Mm-hmm. Like, not to take a shot at him, but Joel Embiid, you were going crazy for Team USA. But you couldn't come back and play for your own team. That's a problem. Man. That's why the Clippers got so mad at Kawhi. You ain't played for us none last season. You want to go represent your country, I understand. Like, more ups to you than doing that. But then you would have came back this season, and we still haven't seen you play a game. You played, I think 5, maybe 10 games, I think, this season.
Is he hurt again?
If he played more, I think he is hurt again, honestly, bro. Don't quote me on that, because I don't watch the Clippers anymore. They're not exciting to watch anymore. They're always, one of them always hurt.
Boring.
Like we just said, the NBA right now. Tyrese Maxey just hurt his finger. Finger injuries.
And that puts you out, bro. That's insane to me.
His finger hurt.
Play off of your finger? Come on.
His finger injured. De'Aaron Fox finger injured. Both of them out for the season. I think Embiid is out indefinitely. I have a timeline. LaMelo. People are out.
He's played 32 games this season.
And Kawhi has?
He's playing. He played yesterday. Yeah, Kawhi has.
Oh, sorry, Kawhi.
I think he was.
You played more than I thought you did.
I think he was out for a majority of this season, but he came back.
Oh, he definitely was out for a lot of this season. And when he first came back, he was hurt the next game.
Yeah, probably. But he's played.
Moral of the story is, bro, they need to start playing hurt. Scratch off.
They start doing something, bro. Like, for example, and
my finger's broken. I'm a receiver. My finger's broken. I'm using the other 9, and this one's getting taped up. You see what I'm saying?
It's crazy, bro. But like, and I know this is gonna be a topic later, but for instance, college basketball. You know how many players I done seen hurt, injured, something this year, and next couple of games they're back. A lot of them.
And here's the thing too. Like, if we want to take a deep dive into it, when they get hurt, right? They miss a few games. They come back. They're 100%. That's impossible, bro. If you're truly hurt and you come back a few days later, were you hurt or were you injured or were you hurt? Because if you're hurt, you can still play.
Exactly.
How are you hurting your ankle? Miss a few games, 1 or 2, come back 100%, or at least look 100%. Yeah. You could have played on that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
you could have played on that.
Who was it? Oh, it was Cooper Flagg when he hurt his ankle in the beginning of the ACC. He didn't play for the rest of the ACC tournament, not one game. And then his first game back for the tournament was against a 16 seed. They made him come back just to see if he was ready to play for the rest of the tournament. They had him play against that team, and he was limping the first game back. So you can see, like, obviously, you actually was hurt. Versus the NBA players, when they sit out, come back, they drop 50 after sitting out. Sir, what was happening?
Yeah. You could have been easily playing the whole time.
They wanted that headline, man. So-and-so drops 50 after coming back from injury.
Nah, F that, bro.
And Porzingis did it last year in the finals.
Like Kobe, all these broken fingers, hurt back, knee messed up, and still playing, dropping 40.
Kobe dislocated his finger, got popped back in on the sideline. Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
And went back in, right? How many other players you see doing that? They'll see this finger sideways and be like, I'm done for the day. Kobe said, "Pop, tape me. I'm back in the game."
Kobe, bro, he didn't even get taped. He went over there real quick. It was a quick one. Like, it wasn't no bone coming out of nothing. He just was messed up. He went to his trainer. Hurry up. Back in the game. I was like, oh, that man's a beast.
Nobody's doing that. And I'm sure he played the rest of his week games or whatever there was.
The rest of the games probably had tape on it, but that
finger sore as hell. Come on, bro. Like
fingers throwing up gang signs, bro. Fingers throwing up straight gang signs.
Right.
Ugh. He was always wearing that tape and shit around his knuckles.
He had to, and he was getting buckets with his fingers taped together.
So again, bro, I could restate it a million times. I feel like people get hurt and think they're injured.
And those are two different words. You've been saying this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Been saying it constantly. Those two different things.
Those are two different things. You can play hurt, bro. Come on.
Get in the damn game.
Now, injured is injured. Okay, I get it. You need a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt. Get your ass in the game, bro. Come on.
All right. Moving on to the topic we've been talking about for the last 3 weeks or a month, really. But since Breon's here to join us this time. Last week, what did we say? Who did we say? Oh, right. We were talking about how we weren't sure if Auburn was gonna make it. Well, we were wrong, or I was wrong.
I still had Auburn making it.
Shout
out to both of the teams they played though. Mm-hmm. Michigan put up a good battle, and Michigan State put up a good battle.
Michigan State did put up a good battle, just a little bit too late in the game though.
Yeah, they did try. Yeah.
And what's his name is hurt now. Broom, I think.
Who? Oh, from Auburn.
Broom's hurt.
Yeah, he messed up his hurt. One of their stars is hurt.
Shoulder, elbow, one of the two.
But is he hurt? Or is
that was wait, hold on. That was an early injury he had this year.
Yeah, he dropped 28 and like 15 rebounds.
Was that before the injury though?
He hit a 3 after his injury. Yeah.
That was the injury he had earlier this season.
Johnny Broom drills 3 after return from injury. So yeah, he had left the game and came back and then hit a 3. So.
Okay. I'm like, he definitely was out for some games earlier this season with that shoulder, wasn't he? Yeah. So that's his shoulder again.
I'm sure he'll play.
Ooh, them going against Florida gonna be scary.
I wanted to be. I need Florida to win.
Hey, that dog from Florida.
I wouldn't mind.
That was the craziest game I've ever seen, bruh. Craziest. I don't know if y'all watched it, but who were they playing? They was playing Texas Tech.
Yeah, that was a game, bro. That game was beautiful, bro.
They was playing Texas Tech or whoever. Yeah, Texas Tech. They was down by like 12 or 10 with 2 minutes to go. They hit like 4 threes in a row. The white dude, number 10 or 12, hit 2 in a row. Then that was it, Clayton Jr. or whatever. He hit.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
He dribbled in to the mid range,
bro.
He shot it. Man got his rebound back, turned around, dribbled to the top of the key, turn around jumper, hit it. I was like, no way,
bro. He went to Iona before he went to Florida, bro. And remember we talked the other day about the transfer portal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Florida owe Iona some money, bro.
Yeah,
they need to pay that school, bro.
Man, what?
Because they didn't know who he was before then. Bro, Florida's top 2 players came from transfer portal. They top 2 scores right now came from low major schools. And what's crazy is, I looked it up. They was talking about it. They were recruited as football players beforehand. Both of them.
He was a 4-star, I think.
He was a 4-star, and the other one was a 3-star. Both of them was quarterbacks. They both went to schools to hoop. Went to the lower majors because nobody else, no under mid or high, wanted to give them a chance. They were 0-star recruits in basketball. Mm-hmm. They went to these JUCOs and lower majors, got they shine on, start balling, and now here go Florida calling them now to come hoop. Oh, we want you now. You're a 4 and 5-star transfer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and pay them schools, man.
And then, bro, what was it? I don't remember which game. It was either Gonzaga or Purdue. It might have been Gonzaga. Houston has one of the craziest defenses.
Oh,
I know we've said it plenty of times, but I don't remember which game. Purdue. But there was a period in which the other team didn't score for like 6 minutes.
I'm pretty sure it was Purdue, bro.
I was just like, but this is crazy. This is the
I've been talking
down.
But Houston too, like, bro, I've been talking about their defense since I first seen their game at the beginning of the year. I was like, they're going to be a problem. Every single one of their players, from the 6th, 7th man, 8th man, they're all hustlers.
Man,
their whole team is defenders.
I think they backcourt like. I think the smallest person backcourt like 6'7".
They're a whole team of like six. The tallest guy is 6'9", but the next guy is 6'9", and then the next guy's like 6'7", and
They
then
like
both their guards are
6'7".
like 6'6". I think
They
have
like
a
that
6'3"
height,
guard.
bro.
I think they have a 6'3" guard.
And
I think
athletic
he's
is
on the
frick.
bench. But I think they starters like 6'7", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 6'9". They just that's why they so scary, bro. Just like the second best official team, Duke starters 6'6", 6'6", 6'7", 6'9", 7'2". Like,
okay, hold on.
When you have that and you can rotate all five, that's dangerous, bro. Both. When your center can guard a point guard, that is tough.
Yeah.
So 100%. They play,
and both of them teams got that, so I'm scared.
They usually
I'm scared.
They play 8 players usually. Their 2 bigs are both 6'9" or 6'8". They have 2 guards. Well, this is who started last game, but one is 6'1", the other 6'3", the other one's 6'4". But coming off the bench, 6'8", 240. The other guy is 6'6", 205. Yeah, so
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're ginormous.
Your main 2 guards is your main ones who, man, they all athletic, bro. They fast, agile. Be in them lanes.
Long.
They be in them lanes, bro. Wingspan's disgusting. Bro, Houston, they've been a problem. Like you said, since you've seen in the first game.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned it on the podcast like way.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
They're
the thing with Houston though, it kind of reminds me of that one Baylor team. That was super defensive. The one with with
Davion Mitchell in them on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were defensive dogs,
but they could still hoop. But they had defense that was
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. That one team that Baylor had straight defense on that team.
And then Gonzaga was the slated team to win, and then they met them dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And they was
so both these games are about to be crazy, bro. Auburn versus Florida and Duke versus Houston. This is gonna be wild.
I personally believe whoever wins in the Duke Houston game wins it all.
That is a very possible statement.
I personally think that, bro.
Out of Duke and Houston,
listen. The other side, them 2 teams are great, but and Auburn has good defense. Florida, obviously, all these teams have good defense making it. But them 2 defenses on that right side of the bracket, them defenses are disgusting, bro.
Yeah, I think. Hate to say it, but I think Duke probably wins it all.
Probably. Unless Auburn makes it in, then it'll be a battle. They'll probably still win though.
Beat them before.
Did
but
game though, wasn't it?
Yeah. But taking my bias out of this completely, I think this Houston game is going to come down to offense. Honestly, it's going to come down to who really can get past this defense. Because when you got the first best offense going against the first best defense, it's almost a wash. So if Houston shows up like they've been showing these last couple of games and really start hooping,
if their guards can hit their shots, then they can.
It's going to be a clash. And that's the main thing because we limited Alabama.
They was missing.
The game before, they just broke the record for 3-pointers in the NCAA tournament. They played against Duke and
I don't
know
one of them airballed the shot. I was like, yo, what happened?
They went away, bro. Like, I don't know if it was
the lights were too big.
Yeah, the lights were too big for them or what it was. Even they main player, bro, they star player, the All-American, he couldn't hit, bro.
And I think also too the lights being too big is probably another reason why I think I have Duke a little bit over Houston. Houston ain't used to this kind of shine, bro.
Houston just was there last year, gang.
I was gonna say, gang, what you mean? Houston always in there.
Okay. They just lost to what's it called?
Let me restate it then. I meant in the sense of like the legacy.
Yeah, I get
Duke is used to this shit. Houston is new to this shit. So I feel like maybe that will put Duke over the edge just a little bit, in my opinion.
I also need Cooper Flag to not have late starts. If he doesn't have a late start, they'll probably win. Because think about this, though, is my opinion. Houston is such a great defensive team, and Cooper Flag always gets starts in the second half. I feel like you can't do that with this kind of team. Because once they clamp in and get their hooks in, it's going to be impossible for you to get them things out.
I do need him to get started early. And he got started early a little bit in one of these past games, but foul trouble really been hurting him because he gets a couple fouls early and he got to sit down for half of the first half now.
Because I know they
and then he come back and got to play timid.
He does sometimes. Because I know they won, but he still didn't play all that great.
I ain't gonna lie. Last game, he didn't score a lot, but he was impacting the game in a lot of other spots.
Was 21 points.
He was that last game I watched it, bro. Yeah. He was everywhere else, bro. Playing defense, grabbing big boards they needed to grab. He was a lot of other places, bro. Getting his dunks blocked. I mean, what?
That was crazy. That was wild.
Buddy came in.
He was like, "Nah, get that shit out of here." Because Cooper tried to put him on a poster. He really did.
I ain't gonna lie. That would have been right there. It would have been right there. It would have happened. I would have got it last week.
Nah,
he was in there. He was in there, bro. I was like, hold on.
He said, "Wow." I was like, "Oh."
I said, okay. And dude from Bama a good hooper, so I'm glad he didn't get posted.
Yeah.
Oh man, I ain't want to put you back here, bro.
So who y'all got? Sorry, keep
man.
talking.
You know I'm rocking
this week.
Rocking with the whole team.
Yeah,
bro.
this week.
This week I got
because I know what my bracket had, but that's kind of
me too. Honestly, my bracket was destroyed after SJ lost.
My bracket is halfway destroyed.
I told you, bro. I tried to tell you, two people you can't bet against in March Madness, man.
Yeah.
Coach Cal and Coach Izzo, bro. And you went against Cal.
Yeah.
I wanted Arkansas to win so bad.
I wanted to win that last game. Who they playing? Was it Texas Tech when they lost at the end?
They lost by 2.
I wanted them to be Texas Tech so bad, bro. They was on their ass. I wanted them to win so bad.
Who you got, Cody?
I'm sorry. I am ruining and interrupting you. I got Florida beating Auburn actually, and I got Duke beating Houston. Very close score, but yes, that's what I got.
I also have the same thing.
I got the same thing.
I got Duke winning. I think
it's crazy. We just hype Auburn up crazy, and we said Florida winning.
Well, it depends on Broom.
It depends on.
It don't even depend on Broom. Have y'all seen Florida? Them boys are
really good.
Hoopers, bro.
That last 2 minutes of the game was the craziest things I've ever seen.
That's why I got them, bro. Because I think they got more heart, honestly, than Auburn.
Couldn't believe it.
And I'm pretty sure they just beat them earlier this season.
They did. They were unranked, I think, at the time, right? Or they were like 25th.
They was like 6 or something. They
were like 5. I thought we were talking about that.
They were like 5 or 6, and they beat them.
They beat Florida.
And I was like, they should go down more, and they didn't.
Because then we talked about Florida when they beat Kansas.
Because that's when I think that's when Auburn was still number 1. And I was like,
how?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
But yeah, bro. Florida, Auburn trying to get back, but I don't think Florida gonna let them. Florida too good.
They just got to start off hot. That's really it. They can't do the same shit.
Who does, Auburn or Florida? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
I won't even say start off hot. Just start off.
Yeah.
Start the game.
If Auburn get like a 10 to 12 point lead going into the second half, they got it. They good at keeping that cushion.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good at keeping it. They're really good at you make a couple shots and they just retaliate. But if it's like a 1 or 2 point deficit, they got that dog in them, bro.
Clayton to hit that shot. Heart, boy. Clayton will hit that shot. He hit so many unbalanced shots, bro. It's unbelievable. When he was hit that leaner in the corner, I was like, ain't no way. And that shit, I was like, what? Huh?
All I got to say is, I'll be at Dreamville, but they said they showing the games. I don't know who performed at that time, but it better be good, because if it's not, I'm at the TVs, baby. Leave me alone. I'm locked in.
I don't blame you. I'd be locked in too.
I'm locked in.
Cause what?
I'm locked in regardless. Facts. And I won't be here either.
Damn.
Yeah, but you will have signal. I won't have signal.
Now you talking.
All I got is the TVs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, y'all. That has been another episode of the Beyond the Blacktop podcast. Firstly, I would just like to apologize for my coughing habits. I got a little chest stuff going on this past week, so I apologize for that.
Boy needs some vitamin D.
Man, I need
some Ricola.
Get this man. But with that being said, I hope y'all like, comment, and subscribe if y'all haven't already. And we will see y'all next week. Peace out.
Bounce.
Later.